Federico Valverde is fast becoming the most important player at Real Madrid.
Manchester City vandt med 2-1 på udebane, det er meget godt. Valverde fortsætter. Valverde der er topmål, det er en spids. Vinkel, han gør det.
And it's the same with Dominik Szoboszlai at Liverpool too. Two midfield geniuses who are misunderstood.
And to that point, I'll say this about Fede Valverde. We go and describe players as, and midfield players as box to box. And we do that freely and openly. This guy's end line to end line. And he covers every single piece of grass there is to cover on the field and does it with quality.
Right, death taxes and Dominik Szoboszlai free kicks. What now? Hey, in a bad season, he's been the bright spark, hasn't he?
He has, absolutely. Yeah, he's stepped up for Liverpool, and he's become a little bit of a leader, certainly on the ball, in ways that we've been crying out for in this side.
Different leagues, different teams, but the same impact. While one was scoring a hat-trick in the Champions League, the other was bagging the third free kick against three of the Premier League's big six this season. They've both spoken like leaders.
A los compañeros que me dan la confianza necesaria para poder estar bien anímicamente. Agradecer al cuerpo técnico, a la gente que siempre está apoyando, aunque ha sido una temporada difícil. Siempre nos han ayudado, nos han apoyado. Entonces,
as I said, we have to wake up because it's 9 games to go. I really don't know. And if we keep going like this, next season we should be happy if we play Conference League.
Both have become solutions this season. From playing makeshift roles to being the most important parts of the team, Fede Valverde and Dominik Szoboszlai have shown levels we've rarely seen before in the game. And the question is, are these two players becoming the most complete midfielders in Europe right now? 70% of the earth is covered with water. The remaining 30%? It's Federico Valverde. It still doesn't feel like a lot of people realize just how good Valverde is. It also still doesn't feel like a lot of people realize just how good Valverde's hat-trick against Manchester City was either. That he scored a hat-trick in itself was sensational. That he did it in the first half, even more stunning. That he did it while technically playing out of position, about to blow your mind. That he scored all 3 goals with incredible technique, yeah, that should do the trick. Because it really wasn't the goals. It's the quality of how they came. The first was the type of goal you typically associate with an explosive modern-day winger. Anticipated the ball from Courtois, got past Nico O'Reilly, and in that position, facing one of the best goalkeepers in the world in Gianluigi Donnarumma, most players would be grateful to just get anything on it. Valverde in seconds turned into prime R9, took the extra touch past Donnarumma and slotted into an empty net. Want to know what's even crazier? Minutes later, he was back helping Trent Alexander-Arnold defend against Jeremy Doku, got into a crucial position to block the City attack, turned it into a corner, and then a few minutes later, he'd unlocked another position. Valverde, the centre forward, need to pause this right there. See the movement Valverde is about to make? That's a classic centre forward's move, identifying the space between centre back and full back. Valverde didn't just make the run, he timed it to perfection, in between Guehi and O'Reilly. Took a touch that should have narrowed the angle for him, but he somehow found the bottom corner. 2 goals in the space of 7 minutes. Valverde had stunned Real Madrid, and he still wasn't done. If the first 2 goals were quality, the third was insane class. Again, we're pausing this right there. Don't need to be an XG specialist to understand that scoring from here looks almost impossible. It'd have required a unique touch and crazy composure. I'll just let the clip play instead. Say a prayer to Margehi too, man. He realized in seconds the difference between the Real Madrid and Fulham Adidas white kits. Valverde had completed a first half hat-trick against Manchester City. A performance so good, Jude Bellingham couldn't believe it.
So Jude Bellingham watching from the stands there. Look at his reaction. That's for Valverde's 3rd goal. And he has to watch it for a second time, second replay, to take in just exactly how good it was. Wow.
A performance so good that Kylian Mbappe had turned into a kid celebrating. But this video isn't just about Valverde, because a few days later, another Swiss Army knife solution was making headlines in the Premier League. Free kicks out to Dominik Szoboszlai, while corner kicks out to Arsenal now. An easy pass, another one, this time against Spurs. In the context of his performance in the afternoon, he was yet again arguably Liverpool's best player alongside Rio Gumoha. He scored, but at the same time, he also made 4 defensive contributions, 2 interceptions, 10 recoveries, won all his aerial duels, and had an 88% pass accuracy. In the context of the season so far for Liverpool, Dominik Szoboszlai has been Liverpool's best player by far. Like, it's so far that no one else even comes close. He's created the most chances for Liverpool this season. The standout is the positions he's had to play, which we will get to. He's played right back, centre midfield, as a 10, right wing, left wing. Heck, Heck, he could even go in goal if he had to. There's a reason he's won Liverpool's Player of the Month award this season 4 times already. For context, no one else has won it more than once. Liverpool have been miles off it this season. That they're still in contention for possibly the FA Cup and top 4 has to come down to the performances of Szoboszlai this season. The engine room in that Liverpool team now. Just before getting into how though, at the Football Armageddon, it's become our mission to deliver quality videos like this to you, and in turn, we're only asking that you hit that subscribe button to the channel down below. Thanks.
Liverpool have had a very difficult season relative to the expectation they came into this year with. But one guy that has shown above all is Dominik Szoboszlai. Cam, how good has Szoboszlai been and where does he rank amongst players in the Premier League?
He's been unbelievable, man. Absolutely unbelievable. In a season where Liverpool are looking for some inspiration, they've signed Florian Wirtz, they've signed Alexander Isak, Kirkes, all the money going out. But it's somebody that was already there that has decided to take it up a next level. His first season was okay. His second season, there was an improvement. But this year, you're talking about one of the leading players in the Premier League. If you said stop right now and there's a player of the year list, you're looking at Declan Rice, you're looking at Erling Haaland, you're looking at Bruno Fernandes, I think you're looking at Dominik Szoboszlai.
Szoboszlai is that good. The same with Federico Valverde. And so getting into it then, what's been the main standout between the two players that have put them a cut above the rest of Europe's midfielders this season? It's a pretty straightforward answer to this one. It's the versatility. See, both Valverde and Szoboszlai have had to play makeshift positions in their respective teams this season. At Real Madrid, they've been rocked by an injury crisis that's affected almost every area of the team, but particularly in defense. Dani Carvajal has been battling his recovery and return to fitness after an ACL injury he suffered at the start of last season. Trent Alexander-Arnold's Real Madrid career so far has been stop-start. When both haven't been available, which name to fill in as a backup? It's always Valverde. At this point, it's important to take into account that he's a midfielder, and yet he hardly ever plays there. For context, in the 11 Champions League games Valverde has had to play for Real Madrid this season, he's only played central midfield once. He's featured either as a right back or as a right winger this season. With the likes of Rodrigo out and Federico Mastantuono also battling injuries, Valverde has been the option at right wing. Same with Dominik Szoboszlai. Liverpool's injury crisis has been majorly in defense. In fact, it's been particularly at right back. Conor Bradley is out for the rest of the season and possibly until the early part of 2027 after suffering a horrific leg injury against Arsenal. Jeremy Frimpong has had a stop-start career at Liverpool as well. Truth is, Frimpong looks better playing as a right winger than in the position he was brought to playing at the club, which is right back. Szoboszlai was supposed to be a one-time solution when Arne Slot shocked the world by announcing that he would play Szoboszlai at right back in August when Liverpool went to St James's Park to face Newcastle.
I think it's not easy to play as a fullback if you've mainly only been a midfielder in your whole career. He played there once in pre-season. I think it was against Stoke when we played behind closed doors. But then in that game we only had the ball and now we had to defend a lot.
Instead, what happened was Szoboszlai putting in a sensational performance, including a dummy assist to set up Rio Ngumoa for the winner. Szoboszlai has played more games at right back and right wing than any other position for Liverpool this season. Now, see guys, to play in makeshift positions is one thing, but what makes the two standouts this season is how they've played the positions. They've been revelations. Take Dominik Szoboszlai for example. 3 direct free kicks against 3 of the Premier League's top 6, against Arsenal, against Manchester City, and against Tottenham. Just in case you guessed it, in each of these positions he's had to play as a right back. To play out of position and still be able to perform is mind-blowing. He was the standout Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0 at Anfield. They lost 2-1 to City, but in truth, it was Dominik Szoboszlai versus Manchester City. That's how average the rest of that Liverpool team has been this season. Against Spurs, he looked like he was carrying the team himself. It's been the case almost the entire season. Watching him play right back and right wing, you can almost see the idea. See, Liverpool's main creative threat used to be down the right when Trent Alexander-Arnold played for the club. Then he left, and every time Szoboszlai plays in the role, how creative Szoboszlai is and his ability to play and progress the ball from deep. It's like restoring that creative threat Liverpool lost. At the same time, he's actually pretty decent when it comes to defending. Yeah, we're not over-exaggerating this to say he's a world-class right back or right winger, but the fact is that he does track back. He does get into positions to defend. It's more like he's had to learn the role this season, and then, that's what's happened. Again, it's the same with Valverde. He's not always the headline act, but it's easy to see why both coaches, Xabi Alonso prior and now Alvaro Arbeloa now, have opted to play Valverde either at right back or right wing. He's got a lot of qualities, but one of his biggest ones is his ability to cover large distances in games. Simply put, Valverde never stops running. 1 minute he's chasing an opposition winger to stop an attack. The next, he's getting on the end of a diagonal to whip a crossing. Blink again, and he's in midfield getting stuck in duels and trying to win the ball back. This isn't just a one-off. Valverde puts in the same energy every single game. This guy is the definition of a double engine. When it comes down to it, they both got cannons for shots. Szoboszlai only scores bangers now. The free kicks have stolen the headlines, but there's been more worldies from Szoboszlai this season too. Once he aims long range, you can almost see opposition teams and defenses trying to close him quickly, because once it's on target, it's almost always going in. It's how he shoots too. I mean, Szoboszlai's technique honestly needs to be studied, man. I mean, look at this. Shots so good they could actually be illegal. With Federico Valverde, it's become the trademark.
Valverde will strike
Never
a
allow
goal!
Valverde shoot, especially when he's landing one from long range. Recently, Valverde has been popping up with the big goals for Real Madrid. A hat-trick versus City, yes, but before that, he scored the winner against Celta Vigo. Scored in the 4-1 win against Elche. 7 goals and 12 assists this season. As of recording this, the joint most assists for Real Madrid this season alongside Vinicius Jr. Honestly, the fact that they're both midfielders at 2 of the biggest top-level clubs in the world can't be understated. Then again, think about it like this. Think of the best midfielders in the world. How many of them can play in makeshift positions and still be as good? How many of them can maintain the same quality even when they are played, out in their respective positions? How many of them can be leaders on the pitch, not just with words, but with actions too? It's the package that comes with Valverde and Szoboszlai this season. 2 leaders, 2 captains of their respective national teams, one with Uruguay, other with Hungary. 2 midfielders who are epitomized by the all-round roles they offer to their teams. 2 players who simply put, never stop running. 2 midfielders who can do everything. Pick a pass, take shots, score goals, defend, attack, put in blocks, interceptions, and all at the same time never complaining about it. In modern football, where the games becoming robotic now, these two feel like refreshers to what football is supposed to be. Midfielders who can throw caution to the wind and show what it means to play for the badge. The fact is that teams dominating European football right now rely on midfielders who can do multiple jobs. And right now, Federico Valverde and Dominik Szoboszlai might just be the perfect example of that. But what do you guys think? Who is the most complete midfielder right now? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, be sure to check out the next video on how Victor Osimhen is making the rest of Europe pay after getting rejected by Europe's top clubs last season.